Hello friends. So continuing that from that monastery where I stopped, I am taking you to another part of that monastery itself. It is monastery number 10. It is very similar and very attached to the last monastery where I had taken to you. And you see again we are again in a monastery. And it is like departments. We have departments in our university. For example, mechanical block is there, electronic block is there, MBA block is there. So it is like departments. It might have been a department, that it might be departmental conference halls. You see there is a stage where my people might have stood up and they might have been giving speech. People might be sitting here and they might be taking up the classes. So universities like this might have persisted. These might have served as library stores actually. One kind of people say that it might be living rooms, but what I think that it might have served as a library, that lots of manuscripts might have been kept out here. So it is like that. The library burned for 6 months. You see this type of burning is massive, you see. So it is like a department. We are in a compartment in railways compartment, and it is universities department, you see. So it is like that, it might have, you see the stairs is upstairs, and it is again stairs, and it's a platform where people might be standing up and they might be giving up lectures, or some students, the important ones, might be sitting here and the other one might be sitting here and taking up the classes, that okay, the Guru is saying this. So it is very, very, very interesting to find that this type of university existed in India, and the first conception of such university was in India. That's another great thing. The greatest of the great things which gives an immense pleasure to me is that the first conception of such a thing started in India, that too in Bihar, and not only at one place. Nearby we have Odantipur, which is completely vanished till now. We cannot find much of remains. I have asked local people, inquired them, they were not knowing also what is that. Very little educated people knew that okay, there was one Odantipur, and it is Bihar Sharif itself which is sitting on to Odantipur. You see the type of excavation, and it is like that I am in Harappa. Similar type of stone excavation and brick excavation is in Harappa also, in Harappan mounds. So it is like that, And you see the type of conception what I am speaking of, that this type of conception begin in India, that too in Bihar, which is now the most backward state in this country. And it's really shame for us, that we must improve upon ourselves. What were we? And the conception of Narendra Modi ji of making India a Vishwa Guru won't be fulfilled until we rise up again in education sector. This type of conceptions we must bring up. Anyhow, we will have to. Whatever the amount must be, we must be ready to pay for it. Because without cultural and social awakeness, and that needs education. Only an educationally enlightened person can go for cultural and spiritual upliftment. This is what we said, no? This is the rule, basic thumb rule, that you must fulfill all these criteria before becoming a superpower in all those things. Before leading others, you must lead yourself, It is self to society, it is like that. So you see, again, I was speaking of some types of mound was out there. You see, again, means I cannot go. There are mosses because of rain. You see, from here to there, you see the type of the architectural fineness you can see. You see, it is completely, symmetry. This can be found only in our Islamic architecture, as I have learned, but I am finding that it was in Indian architecture itself. But it might be that Islam might have borrowed some part from it. It might be. It's not very uncommon. Much of the motifs that were used in later Mughal eras or other eras were derived from Indian architecture itself. Because the architectural superiority, I must show you something. So from this side also, I just went up that side, but from this side also it is great thing, an unending thing. You see, the government is unable to build everything everywhere, but it is, you see, this type of mounts still exist and